It's time for the B.S.ing with the Guys live podcast.
We are live, back on YouTube and Rumble. If you're checking us out on Rumble, we welcome y'all. Before we came on, Kristen was complaining about the lack of money flowing through her job. I'm not going to say where the job is, but Brad, what we got to do to fix that? Not her job, but I mean, just like everything is just so damn expensive. Nobody's wanting to spend money, man. What needs to happen to change that shit? So I was
quantitative easing.
Well, I was hoping this administration, I mean, I will say, I see the Democrats harping on that. You know, Gavin Newsom loves to let people know that, you know, items in the grocery store are not plummeting like they were supposed to, you know. So I got to give it to him. You know, I don't know how to even argue that point when he says it, because, I mean, people still seem like they're financially hurting right now, and I don't know what needs to happen to change that.
Well, I believe people are hurting.
Need to get their money up.
Brokies need to get their money up?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We solved that problem.
Next.
Yep. Next problem. We solved that one. Just get your money up, Justin says.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about it earlier because I saw, I saw Gavin Newsom's account on X basically taking shots at Trump, showing screenshots of, you know, the prices of things in the country right now. And of course, you know, it's all Trump's fault, you know, when you talk to him.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say they were talking about a Big Mac average is about $9.
Well,
you
I
know,
should tell you
is
not
what
to eat that shit.
Well, and that's what Gavin Newsom was tweeting about, or whatever you want to call it nowadays. You know, how much more your McDonald's Big Mac will be due to Trump's tariffs. You know, $9. And then you go to his state in San Francisco,
right?
And there's a advertisement for a Whopper meal that's like $17. And I'm like, how does this clown have any room to talk about what's going on with Big Mac prices because of Trump? $17.97 for a number 9, which is a Whopper meal at Burger King.
Damn.
That's crazy, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I seen somebody had a video of it while they were in the Burger King kind of filming the menu board. It's like, what in the hell? The sandwich alone is $9. And this is in his state while he's over there yapping and talking shit about, you know, prices of things because of Trump. But obviously
shops at Burger King, $17 a meal.
17. Now, I mean, you know how they say in California, you know, you're probably making more, you know, per hour than you are in other parts of the country. But still, imagine going there from out of town. Like, we take a trip to Cali and we walk into these restaurants like, holy shit. Like, I mean, I guess they're used to it over there, you know. It's not a big deal to them, but
I guess, man.
Yeah, I saw this place. It's called Erewhon. I think it's in LA. And somebody posted pictures of some of the pricing of the things there. It's like a little grocery store.
right.
And they were selling a gallon of milk for like $18. Cranberry juice was, I think, $15. And then people were posting in the comments the same price at Walmart. It's like $5.
Damn.
And they're selling it, like they're marking it up because of the type of place it is.
Well, that's what Matt was talking about here, you know, basically the same thing, you know, cook your ass a burger. In other words, do it yourself. There's cheaper ways to do it than walking into a Burger King, which is true, but it just blows my mind. For one, that Gavin Newsom's got the gall to sit there and talk about prices being high around the country when his state is one of the worst, if not the worst, you know. And then and another thing, I mean, like I said, things are high. So I was hoping by now we would see that changing, but they're saying that the housing market is terrible right now because homes are they're so high right now. I mean, home prices have skyrocketed, and it's not because of a lack of. I mean, there's plenty of vacant homes out there, but something's driving all that, you know. And when you listen to Trump before he got in, it was all going to be fixed overnight, which I know is impossible, but. You know, it's like I'm waiting to kind of see these big changes, you know, coming through. You know, and let me get to these comments. You mean the 4th largest economy in the world? True. They're doing it. But with that being said, I mean, do you think California is a model of how the whole country needs to be run? I don't.
No, they run the
I
highest
don't.
deficits in the country. You
Yeah,
know?
and just the rules, regulations, the laws, the just the shit that goes on in major cities that's allowed to happen. You know, I don't think California has much to brag on when it comes to all of that. But
No.
anyway, let's welcome everybody watching. If you're checking us out on YouTube or Rumble, we appreciate it. If you hadn't subscribed yet, do it. And we are back at it again, like every week, running our mouths, just checking out what's going on in the world, getting cussed out in the comments. It's just how it goes. It's how things roll around here. It's all cool. But no, speaking of these cities, it brings me to, it reminds me of like the shit going on in Portland right now. That's one of the things I wanted to touch on tonight. Was just, you watching, for one, they were over there, butt naked, blocking the streets with, on bicycles and shit the other day. I don't know what they were. Yeah. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish because I don't pay much attention. Like, I'm not even going to listen to their gripe because I can't take you serious like that.
I know. It's just like,
I mean?
it's indecent exposure with extra steps. Like,
yeah. And they allow it over there. So, that it's kind of what I was, it was what this conversation was going to be geared towards was just what's going on over there in places like Portland. I mean, that's a city that was once, I don't know, it was heralded as like a jewel of the Pacific Northwest. I mean, now it's sinking under the weight of its own failures. And it's not just Portland. I mean, there's cities like that across the country that are faltering. But Portland's descent feels like a warning. It's like a stark example of what happens when leadership abandons reason for rhetoric. Because of the politics around it. It's all it is. They're just trying to, just a bunch of talking and fantasy worlds of these laws that they want to make or laws that they want to get rid of that don't help a damn thing out, but it sounds great, know? And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to ignore it. You see the tent cities that are sprawling across the sidewalks, the graffiti scarred, once vibrant neighborhoods. And I don't know, downtown where it's like, empty storefronts outnumber the open ones in places like that. And I guess the leadership in Portland has just lost its way. I mean, they have allowed like homelessness to spiral, crime to surge. I was reading a stat.
Most Democrat cities, man.
Well, true, but I was just, honing in on Portland because of the nonsense going on over last week. But they were saying the homicides climbed over 200% since 2019 over there. Now, I mean, it's the streets. They should be safe. I mean, this is America. The streets should be safe. I mean, they're now just gauntlets of desperation and disorder. With needles and parks and businesses fleeing nightly from break-ins. I mean, I don't know, man. It's got to be the politics over there. I just don't understand what good that's doing for anybody in those areas. And you said it, Brad. I mean, it's not just Portland. It sounds like I'm describing any inner city. Because of course I see that echo. It echoes in the cities nationwide. I mean, there's Seattle, San Francisco. It's like places that I guess have good intentions, but they've paved a road to ruin. Leaders prioritize like optics over outcomes. And so I guess the question is, can a place like Portland, can it pull itself back from this? Is there a way to fix this in any logical way?
I don't see it. Not anytime soon. I know that I can tell you probably like used bicycles will probably be hard to, they won't sell. I don't know if I'd be buying a used bicycle, but
how much to go lick a seat over there right now?
No. It's sad because like you said earlier, it was just a mecca of the Pacific Northwest. Never been. It was on my bucket list, but I had to scratch that off. So it's become a shithole. It really has. Well,
yeah, and I guess it would take, for one, leaders with a spine, and the willingness to face hard truths. You know what I mean? Yes. I mean, it's like they don't want to say, I guess, what the problem really is with, without, the fear of offending somebody, I guess. A lot of these people don't want to get in there and say exactly what's going on, and this is how we're going to fix it, because the next thing you know, they're having more protests now, You know what I mean? Because now you're offending someone, or you're offending a certain group of people. So now they're dealing with even more backlash. But that, to me, that's the only way you're going to fix it, is just somebody coming there with no bullshit attitude and really law and order. You know what I mean?
Be the first place to start.
Yeah. When you take away the law and order and you get Portland, you get San Francisco.
Exactly.
Petty says, there's no safety in America as long as the cops are around. That is probably one of the most ignorant statements I've ever
Who said that?
read. Someone named Teddy in the chat.
Oh,
I can't.
Beanie 1973 says, Brad, you should go to Portland. To this way, you can. So this way, I think is what they meant. You can see what is actually going on, and you can stop guessing or making up stories about Portland. What's being made up, though?
Well, he also said you're wrong about the statistics. Violent crime has not gone up 200%.
No? Okay. Well, then, so we'll just go back and forth and say, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. I mean, we could do that all night. But that's part of the problem right there. Somebody's going to take up for a shithole place like that instead of saying, yeah, there is a problem. You know what I mean? That needs to be addressed. I mean, we all see it. You turn on the television. You know what I mean? So
I got the idea how they could clean it up. Bring the Chi-Coms in, dude. Just like they did in San Francisco. You remember that, dude?
As soon as they
bring the Chi-Coms in, all the homelessness will be gone. Everything will be clean. Everything will be perfect. So yeah,
that's true.
Absolutely.
Teddy, I assume you're a huge fan.
Thank you.
Send us your address. Yeah, we'll like and subscribe. We'll send you some autographed merch. My God, dude, calm down.
Yeah,
we're trying to better Portland here. That's the goal. We're trying to make Portland a better place, and we're getting cussed out in the comments over
one city at a time, but y'all just won't let us.
That's it. That is our goal. You listen to us, that shit'll be better, man.
Right, exactly.
It'll be better. What else is going on in this crazy ass world we live in? I seen a story, and I was almost afraid to read it because of the title. It says 9 and 10-year-old charged with attempted murder and rape. 9 and a 10-year-old.
Yep.
What?
And I'm like, what? How?
It was a 5-year-old victim.
5-year-old, yeah.
Huh?
They assaulted a 5-year-old. According to the prosecutor's office, the incident happened in a field near so-and-so street in Cleveland. 10-year-old girl, 9-year-old boy are facing charges.
Damn.
Both face 1 count of attempted murder, 4 counts of rape. Can we say that on here? I guess so. I mean, I'm not making light of it, so we should be able to say that. But 2 counts of felony assault, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of strangulation. Of course, none of those involved are being identified. But like, what do you do with a 9 and a 10-year-old? Like, what? I mean, we've probably, we've hit this subject before with these kids and then the committing adult crimes. Like, what do you do with them? What do you do with a 9 and a 10-year-old when you find them guilty of that? Lock them up until they're 18, and then what? Yeah, Hope they didn't get worse while they were, locked up.
Yeah.
I think it's 21, but regardless, I guess hopes and prayers is the best you can do.
That's it. Lock them up.
Honestly,
feed them for a few years, and hope when they get out they don't, act as fucking crazy as they did when they were on the streets. I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yep.
I was thinking about
Matt. Look at the
what's
parents.
Matt saying? Well, yeah, no doubt.
That's
I mean, stuff like that. I'm not gonna say it starts at home, like they're teaching them that, but apparently these kids were not afraid of consequences at all. I mean, and like I said, the bigger question though is what do you do with them? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. It's like you lock them up.
Process, dude.
Well, it is. That's why when I read that headline, I'm like,
I got a 10-year-old grandson. It's like I can never see him even thinking something like that. Yeah, dude. It's incredible. Man.
It's crazy, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't have the answer. I don't
either. I really don't know what you do with them because I mean that's what will happen is they'll probably be incarcerated till they're 21 and then they'll be released and
hope they don't
kind of wait and see.
Is that all they can do with a minor? I mean, they have to let them out at 21. There's cases.
No, I mean, if it's like super serious, like I mean, if the school shooters and shit, they're not getting out when they're 21.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're
No, but
young enough, they will. Like if
absolutely.
an
I think it's
8-year-old
what,
commits some kind of
14
crazy
or over,
crime.
maybe 14 or over. I think maybe like that, 9 and 10. Yeah, they might do some juvenile time, but yeah.
Yeah, but
What's
there's
the?
also kids who are diagnosed as psychopaths who have never been let out because
I
there's
see
no
what you're
fixing
saying.
them.
So I guess
Yeah.
they got to keep being evaluated.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
just never get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I guess, I mean, they're not selling a lot of the details in the story, of course, because it's involving children. But I
Yep.
mean, it's doesn't sound like they were just playing some crazy game that they, saw somewhere. I mean, this sounds like
Right.
some vicious shit. I mean,
Yeah,
the
and they said
charges.
there was like more of them. There were more suspects involved. Like the 5-year-old had wandered out of her aunt's house or something. The mom's sister, mom's friend, or something like that. The kid was staying with for the day, and the kid had like wandered out and gotten attacked by a group of children from the neighborhood. Well,
Wow.
those two wound up getting charged for attempted murder and rape. So I don't know
Yeah.
what's up with the rest of the kids that were involved, but
See, 9 and what do you? There's no telling what they're around. Because why would you even know
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
about that at 9 and 10?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good
how does that
point.
even cross your mind at those
Yeah,
ages?
like what is going on in these houses?
Them damn video games. That's what it
Yeah.
is. No. Look, Justin, I always
It's
use
the
Justin as an
Sims.
example. He played all of that bullshit coming up, and, that was the last thing
Oh,
he
yeah.
was out there doing at 10 years old. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you, Kristen. Like, how does that even cross your mind at those ages, and
Yeah.
then to not fear any type of repercussions, even if that crazy shit does cross your mind?
No, but I just think at 9 and 10, like you would have I feel like they would have had to see that somewhere.
Sure.
To
Yeah,
even,
they're acting it out, right?
Yeah.
Which is what most children, how they go about their business is they're just mimicking, what they've seen in life.
hmm
So, Justo Dean might have hit it, crackheads, parents that fight and neglect their kids, and you're right, that's probably a lot of it. I don't know about in this case. It was in Cleveland, and I think Cleveland can be a little rough in certain parts. So
Yeah.
yep, David DeSlayer. Everybody's kind of agreeing, it's their surroundings, it's what they're
I
brought up.
think they all need to be investigated.
Yeah.
And then if they have other kids.
Well, true. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's weird when you try to wrap your head around shit like that because, of course, your mind doesn't function like, as someone who decides they want to try to strangle and do whatever else they were trying to do to another
Yeah.
person. So it's
Yeah.
hard to really say that. Sherry, I mean, the comments are just everybody blame the parents. It starts at home, and I guess I can
believe it.
agree with that.
Especially
I doubt-
at that age. Now, if
The-
like some of the
right.
school shooters who are 16, 17, they have outside influence. But I feel like at 9 and 10,
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not born with that instinct, like we're all born with certain instincts. You're not born with that instinct. It's
Yeah.
taught, it really is. So
Yeah, it's learned for sure.
Yeah,
whether it's
absolutely.
purposely taught to someone or not. But yeah, they pick that shit up somewhere for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure some of it comes from the unfiltered YouTube that the kids have access to, and
Yeah.
these kid games where they're really not kid games if you play them. As far as like there's a lot of shit that's come out about Roblox and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
Yeah, it's just weird because I mean, millions of kids take in the same content. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And apparently, it affects certain ones, I guess, that maybe they were gonna act out at some point in life anyway, like that. It's just I guess some are more susceptible to that type of the violence that they see or whatever. You know what I mean? It affects children different because I grew up. I was 9 years old watching horror flicks, Friday the 13th and all that shit. And I never thought to go grab a machete and butcher anybody.
right?
But there's
Right.
some children that will watch that and they get this fantasy in their mind or, they I guess it's a fantasy, whatever you want to call it. But, they go out and they act out these things that they've been watching. So I guess if you're fucked up, you're fucked up. But
Yeah.
I mean, because I know there used to be a big thing about, basically banning video games and violent video games to where no kids can play them and stuff like that. And that goes back to like punishing everybody because of, some idiots that don't know how to act. And I don't think that's the answer either. I mean, I think you need to monitor your kid. If you've got a kid that is taking it as far as these 9 and 10-year-olds, you would think there would have been signs if you were paying attention to your child.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you would
I
think
mean-
you'd see something, or you'd be like, Timmy ain't fucking right.
Yeah,
Timmy got some shit going on.
that's usually not their first go-to when it comes to getting in trouble, is trying to murder someone and
Right.
rape them.
God.
So I don't know, man. It's
Sad.
crazy. It's crazy. Just when I thought I read it all until I came across that, and I was like, good God
Yeah,
Almighty.
that's-
No.
Yeah, and it was a
Horrible.
9-year-old boy, and I think the 10-year-old was a girl.
Yeah, it was a girl.
What?
I'm like, yeah, and it look at that age. Let's just, we'll say it. It's not like they were getting any type of sexual satisfaction from this. If it
No.
were adults, this was something like Kristen brought out. They've seen this somewhere or heard of it somewhere, and they were acting this shit out. Because there's no other feeling they're gonna get from that. You know what I mean? It's what are you gonna get besides just, I don't know, trying to mimic something that you saw at 9 or 10 years old. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think all the family needs to be investigated.
Apparently,
There's
everybody
obviously something going on in the house
yeah,
in these kids' homes. So
yeah. Well, wasn't
Sad.
that?
Well, and then the 5-year-old was just wandering out the house.
Well,
like,
there you go. That's true. Yeah,
You
forget
know?
about that. Yeah, the 5-year-old wasn't being watched very well either. If they were
Mhm.
able to do all this, it's a good point there, Justin. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
see?
Absolutely.
That's
Yep.
right. Wasn't it you? Speaking of you, Justin, weren't you telling me? Them, I think me and you were talking about it a couple days ago. That kid that they got beat up in that LeBron James. What's that damn place in the parking lot or
Yeah,
whatever?
it was his basketball thing. I forget what they call
Yeah,
it. The
didn't-
LeBron James dream or some shit like that.
Right, and it was a group of black kids. Not that we're not turning into a race thing, but it, of course, the country did. But apparently, it was a group of black kids that beat the shit out of a white kid, and the white kid died. If I'm not mistaken,
Sure enough.
I think he was stomped to death. And
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, they got like, I mean,
They
pretty much
got like
nothing.
6 months, one of them, and I think 16 months for the other. And I mean, it was really no time considering what they did. But you had
Yeah,
told me
yeah.
that the white kid was kind of asking for it, so
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
paid
I've,
it probably played a big role in the sentencing. That they weren't just like,
yeah.
oh look, there's a white kid, let's grab him out the car. So
Yeah, I think, like I said, if I remember that story correctly, they were shooting water guns or something at the black kids, and the kids that were getting hit with the water, of course, were hollering and probably like, what the fuck? Well, then these idiots stopped the car, and one of them got out and basically got beat to death. So.
Bam.
So I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I don't know, what do you do with that? I mean, if it's a fight now, I guess the jumping and the stomping, I mean, you take it so far that, eventually it does turn into murder.
Yeah.
No weapons are involved, as far as you're not fighting for your life because somebody squirted you with a water gun.
Right.
And
I
look,
say just leave people alone.
well,
F-
that's a big part of it, because
F-
if
FOFO,
I'm
man.
remembering, fuck around,
Yeah.
find out. And if I'm remembering the story right, that's where it stemmed from. They were riding around in a car fucking with people.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
And you just said it. It doesn't deserve a death sentence, but
Not
let
at
it be a
all.
lesson. Leave people alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, any fight can turn deadly even
Of
without
course.
stomping.
Sure.
I mean, you're out
Yeah.
fucking with people and you get punched in the face and slam your head on the
Well-
ground and you might die.
And
Yep.
and speaking of that, that's probably how that mass shooting in Mississippi that just happened got started. I'm sure it was it started with hands, people
Yep.
fighting outside of a fucking, what was that, a high school
Home-
dance or some shit.
Homecoming,
One of them was a
yeah.
homecoming dance. One of them was like a football after party. I think there was
Right.
3 the same night.
Well, the one I was referring to was homecoming at Leland High School in Mississippi. 4
Mhm.
dead, 16 injured. Now,
I did not see that.
you didn't see that? Yeah, right there in
Mhm.
Mississippi, man. And I think Brad and I were talking about it, but like, what to take it to that extreme? Like, what
Right.
happened? Like, you pull a gun out, you start shooting. Okay, that's your thought process. Now, I guess that's where your thought process stops. because like, what do you think the outcome is going to be? When you pull a gun out, you start firing into a crowd. And I don't mean the outcome as far as you might hit somebody and kill them. I'm like, that's your intentions, is to hit somebody and kill them. So then what? What's going to happen from there? It blows my mind how much these people can do that shit. And even if you don't give a fuck about the person that you're hurting, but you just don't give a fuck about the consequences.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what good was going to come of that? 18-year-old out there, suspected gunman, just shooting up a fucking homecoming celebration at a high school.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I think we need to get him on the podcast, and so I can pick his brain.
I would like to. I mean, I don't know, man.
Wait, did he go to that school, or was it just a random person?
I'm not 100% sure. I know he was 18. I guess you could still be in high school at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know all the details on it. I just know there was 4 people died, 16 shot. And it's going to wind up being over nonsense, nothing. Just a little stupid ass argument. And
absolutely. And I've always thought, like, the question you're asking, like, what do you think? Like, what is your plan right after you pull the trigger? Like, what do you think's going to come from this? There's no way you're going to do that and be like, I'm not going to get caught. There's only, 200 witnesses. Like, no, I'm good. I'm getting away.
That's go home and shower, go to bed, and wake up in the morning. Everything's going to be normal,
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, do you think if, I guess if I'll do this and I'll leave and then that's going to be it? Like, nobody's going to care. The cops aren't going to look into it. I don't know. It's such a weird thought process to think that this is the best course of action when you're having a problem with somebody.
Right.
And is to, let me get this gun, let me shoot up this crowd, and then I'll just go home. I'll go to work in the morning and no big deal. Nobody's going to care. I don't know. It's just weird because it wasn't just there. Like you said, there was 2 others, right, in Mississippi.
All involving, high school, late high school age kids. And I don't know if it's just the lack of any kind of thinking at that age, just your long-term thinking isn't there of like, this is really going to fuck me for the rest of my life, They
don't think that far, man. Your daddy and I talked
they don't,
about
that's
that.
what I'm saying, maybe it's got a lot to do with that. Is like, it's serious. Like, it's a really, really serious thing you're about to do, but you just don't take into account
right.
How long the rest of life really is that you're about to fuck up.
Yeah.
I
think fucked up.
If they'd have had more gun-free zone signs, it probably wouldn't have happened.
I didn't think about that. But
maybe the guy didn't know it was a gun-free zone. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Had he known that, he might have thought about it for a second, like, oh shit, this is illegal.
Yeah.
So, more gun control. That's what we need.
I think that's the answer. Yes.
Yeah.
I will turn
Brad,
mine. Yes.
I need an answer from you. Speaking of answers.
Oh shit.
Would you be willing to go on The View and take on
Oh God.
those cackling hens on there?
Cackling hens.
Would I be?
Yes. Would you be willing?
Not until what's her name wears the MAGA hat like she said she would. If Trump settled this peace deal in Gaza, until she wears a red hat. After that, yes, I would go on The View. I would have no problem with that.
Joy Bear was saying that they would have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us, she said. And I'm thinking, my God, I wish I had the platform to reach out to this woman and say, please.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not even registered Republican, but I'll switch it real quick just to get on there. Because
absolutely.
What is there to be afraid of besides them all teaming up on you and screaming, and hurling lies in your face? Because, I've noticed the little bit of clips I see from that show, anytime anybody checks them with the truth, they got to go to commercial or something, or they all just start ganging up on them and screaming. Right. And I'm like, no, get somebody on there that can, that you'll actually give a voice to. But, for her to say they're scared of us, I'm like, oh, Lord. Yeah. So I was thinking, Brad, it's an open invitation, it sounds like to me.
I would do it.
I'll pay for your flight.
I'd do it for the team,
dude.
Man. Absolutely, dude.
I'd pay for your flight.
That'd be awesome.
Sign me up. I'm ready.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Yeah.
I want to talk about fucking around and finding out, right?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Did y'all see the Milwaukee incident
The Milwaukee one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Which
I
one?
sent you a link in private chat. We can yank that video up. So basically there was there's 2 men involved. One happened to be an off-duty cop on his way to work. He was in his personal car, no uniform, right? So he's just dressed like a normal person. Well, him and this other guy wind up bumping into each other in traffic. Dude was trying to get over and bumped the front of the off-duty cop's car. So they drive, turns into, road rage when they pull over, and you'll kind of see it better in the video. But buddy in the car and that hit the undercover cop, he hops out, he pulls a pistol and pistol whips this off-duty cop, and then points his gun at him, and he winds up finding out.
He said he winds up finding out. So let's check it out. This is the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I saw that. Well,
so what he did? Did he bump him yet, or they just kind of fucking with each other?
He already bumped him at this point. So they're pulling over now because black car was trying to get over to pass the construction.
And if you're on Rumble, I'm sorry we don't have this pulled up, but it's for the YouTube viewers. So he's got a pistol on him right then and there. Oh, he did smack him. Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
There you go.
Well deserved.
Dude, that is just beautiful.
That is how you fuck around for sure.
Yeah, and he found out.
Damn.
Damn. What a waste of bullets. Damn.
So, because of an accident.
What you hit my car for?
Boom. That was his train of thought. Let me smack this dude in the face with my pistol.
Right.
Wow.
Like, that's how we handle confrontation.
That's how you should. I mean, there's no other way to do it. No, they Wow.
Now the families come out and spoke on this. The family and the lawyer.
Yes.
Right.
Well, at first they were, basically, why'd you shoot him so many times? Like, we want to see the video. You didn't have to kill my brother, my son, whatever. Da da da.
He had a gun.
So the video comes out, and the family and the lawyer got up there, and they were like, "Look, I mean, there's nothing we can defend here. Like, the cop acted within his training and within his self-defense rights. And I don't know if it was the brother, but he was like, no, I think it was his aunt was speaking, and she was like, my nephew acted in ways that he normally doesn't. He was on his way to his uncle's funeral, so I don't know if he was having a bad day, but he acted out, and the cop did what he had to do to protect himself. So we're not going to file any suits against the police department or against the dude that shot him. And that was about the end of it.
They don't have a case anyway, so
no.
But that's pretty good though, because you don't normally hear any of the families come out like that. It's always it's not my baby. My baby wasn't hurting anybody. He shouldn't have shot him. All he did was hit him in the head with a pistol. He shouldn't have shot him. And shit like that. And honestly, we've heard shit that crazy before. That all he did was show the gun. They didn't have to shoot him like that. Shit like that. So I got to give it to that family. I mean, because from the video, clearly the dude was in the wrong. I mean,
absolutely.
It is what it is. Yeah, and it's end of story. So I got to give it to him, man, because usually there's some grimy ass lawyers ready to jump on and start suing people. But I mean, it's like I guess you can't run around just pistol whipping people without consequences. So
Matt said glad he was armed. I wonder what would have happened if he wasn't.
That's a good point. I mean,
probably would have been dead.
Or he'd have probably got his ass beat. Let's face it, the dude looked like he was out of shape. So that black dude probably would have handled him up. He probably didn't need the pistol.
Right.
But so I'm sure it would have turned uglier.
And I don't know what his plan, because he pistol whipped him, and then you see as he's backing up towards his car, he lifts his pistol up and points it at him right before the cop started letting off shots. So he was bringing the pistol up to point it at him for what? I don't know if he was planning on getting back in his car and riding out, or if I don't know. But
I've seen a few of them videos, man, in road rage things where somebody gets out of their vehicle with a gun, and then the person that they're going towards has one also. And I'm like, to me, I'm just going to always assume somebody got a gun,
Yeah, I think the
absolutely.
The clearest clip of that, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if they had gotten in a wreck or whatnot, but dude was in like a white Silverado,
That's
lifted up,
that's
and
the
he
one
walked
that
up
came.
on that truck.
Yep,
Yes.
it's the
Yeah.
one I was
Yeah.
talking about. And he started kind of hitting on the window, and
Yep.
and dude just unloaded through the window on his ass. I mean, it's what it is. Stop running up on people with guns, especially over some traffic bullshit, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
Yeah,
just as pissed
absolutely.
as anybody else in traffic. You know, I'm bad with it, but I keep it inside my truck. You know,
Yeah, and I
just
don't
gotta
understand why
curse
people
and,
get
you know.
so upset over these road accidents. Like, even if you get in a wreck with somebody, most people have insurance. If you don't, you probably should. And even if you hit me and you don't have insurance, mine will cover it. Like, it'll be okay. I promise.
Right. Absolutely.
Or you can die on the side of I-10 because you want to get flustered.
Yeah.
That's another way. Yeah, that is one option. You know,
Just
where was
don't
that
make sense
at?
to me.
That story we just
Milwaukee.
watched. Milwaukee.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering because the dude was he was an off-duty cop though, right? That's why he was carrying
He was on his way to work.
on his way to work.
We need more gun control. You see, and nobody had guns. It would have
He
never
probably
happened.
wouldn't have need to fire as many shots had he have controlled the gun better. But
he can.
you know, so
Yeah,
needs
because it
to
looked
go
like
do
the
some more
dude came
target
back from
practice.
around the front of the car in that video.
Exactly.
Like, you know, I don't know what if he was trying to return fire or what, but
Well, that's where
point,
the second barrage of bullets came from. But
oh,
you
that
know,
was him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was him shooting.
Okay, I got
But
you.
had he have had better control of his weapon, he would have hit the target the first couple of times. And
It's very true. So we need
know.
he needs more gun control.
he does need more gun control.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, it solves everything, every problem. Just say gun control.
Gun control.
Yeah. That's what the left likes to scream, just gun control.
Yeah.
So it works. So
Yeah.
anyway, speaking of the left in politics, Brad, when are they going to open up the damn government? Not that anybody's missing it, but
No, it's I don't know. It's a crazy thing, man, and it's all shut down for, you know, as we all know, these Democrats have shut it down over wanting $1.5 trillion over, you know, illegal immigrants getting health care, and there's probably some other stuff in there, you know, but
right. Yeah, I was going to say they're kind of, you know, the blame game right now. I mean, of course it you know, it entered the partial shutdown at midnight on October 1st. After Congress failed to pass a continuing resolution to fund government operations beyond the fiscal year's end. Well, that marked like the 11th shutdown in modern U.S. history and the third during Trump's presidency, which, you know, some people are shitting on him for that. But now, of course, this one remains in effect, this shutdown. It's saying it's affecting approximately 800,000 federal employees through furloughs and unpaid work. And disrupting services, I don't know, like I guess national parks and food inspections and air traffic control and shit like that. But
the DMV workers aren't getting paid?
DMV, I don't know. No, I don't know if
not.
that's a state thing though, isn't it?
that's a state
I don't know,
thing,
but they don't
yeah.
deserve pay if they.
Yeah. Well, I know, like you
Them
kind of
motherfuckers,
touched
they
on
piss
it.
me off.
The core of the dispute, you know, revolves around the expiring Affordable Care Act, the premium tax credits that come with that, which are set to lapse at the year's end. Now, the Democrats insist that it must be extended to prevent insurance costs from doubling for what they say is about 20 million Americans. Now,
And that's
the
on.
the Republicans, of course, they control the White House, the House, and the Senate, and they're kind of refusing to negotiate because of the policy riders, you know, the extra shit that the Democrats are wanting. So they're trying to push through this quote clean, you know, continuing resolution instead. Well, of course, Democrats aren't liking that because they are wanting, you know, like you were talking about, just funds for basically, you know, insurance for the illegal aliens that are here. And, you know, a lot of the Republicans are like, look, man, we'll worry about all that shit later. Let's just do what we have to do right now to get the government back up and running.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, I don't know. It's like the Republicans are screaming about fiscal restraint, you know, and the Democrats they're hollering about protecting the vulnerable. But it's like it's all theater, you know. It's all a show.
It is.
I mean,
Absolutely.
they don't feel any of the pain, the furloughs, the delayed VA checks. You know, that's the citizens' reality. You know, it's not
Yes.
theirs. I mean, they're going to keep grandstanding because it's votes is what they're after. I mean, there's no real consequences for the politicians when all they have to do is keep passing the blame. You know, so, and I'm seeing it on both sides all day long. When you get on X, you know, they're calling this as a Democrat shutdown. This is the Republicans doing, and it's like none of them really give a shit, you know. And
They don't.
And they're saying this could be the longest. I mean, the way it's looking. I mean, the Republicans are warning that it could be the longest shutdown ever. You know,
Yeah.
It's
And in a way, I'm okay with that, man, because when those assholes are not in the House and the Senate passing bills, they're not infringing upon our rights anymore, you know, so we have a little bit of more freedom in this country. And look, when it comes down to it, I mean, just pass the clean resolution, or let's just kick the can down the road like you've been doing for the last 30 freaking years, man, you know,
Yeah.
so.
Well, and it's like you said, you pass the blame. I mean, and it's comments like Chuck Schumer says, lets you know that it's all a game to them because he's telling reporters that every day gets better for us. You know what I mean? So he's doing it like, hey, we're just looking better and better with this shutdown. And that's all they care about. It's making the Republicans look bad. So it's not really about, you know, what can we do to get the government back open because it's affecting certain people in the population, you know what I mean, that don't need to be suffering because these assholes can't get along. It's not about that. It's about what makes us look the best, you know. And like I said, comments like Schumer made just proves it. I mean, you know, every day gets better for us. Right after they're sitting there bitching about how people are losing money right now and missing paychecks like they really care, and then sits there in the same breath saying how it's looking better and better for the Democrats every day that this shutdown goes on. You know, I mean, it's just
and just the audacity of Schumer's out there saying, well, we need to get out, we need to protest, we need to riot, we need to stand up for our beliefs and yada, yada. And just pushing this hate, the vile shit that comes out of this guy's mouth is just, it's absurd, man. And you know, really, honestly, what they ought to do, because all of those fuckers up there are being paid. You know what I'm saying? And the military isn't being paid, and all your non-essential workers, if it's parks or whatever, are not being paid. But those fuckers are being paid. So I would say y'all shouldn't be paid. Y'all are not doing your job, and there's got to be a resolution to it some kind of way.
Yeah, they're on a paid vacation, man. And Speaker Johnson, he listed off an insane, you know, list of demands that the Democrats are wanting, and they want $24.6 million to climate resilience in Honduras.
Exactly.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
$13.4 million to civic engagement in Zimbabwe.
That's important.
That's
important shit.
Almost
it
$4
helps
million.
everybody. It helps everybody in this country as long as Zimbabwe. Do you know Zimbabwe has $1 trillion bill, like a paper dollar bill? They have
and it's worth nothing.
Zimbabwe has money.
Yeah, like I think they were saying like a loaf of bread costs like $300 million. I might be throwing numbers out there, but it's like way out the box.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know.
Well, they're wanting to send.
It's so asinine.
You know,
I thought they were out there like
million.
trading hamsters and shit.
They ain't. Well, it's probably worth more than this $1 trillion fucking currency Brad's talking about. But what else? Go down the list. $3.9 million to the LGBTQI plus. Democracy
important.
grants in the
what
Balkans.
Is the I?
I don't know, but it's important
Insane
that I say it.
ABCD,
Stop it, Brad. We're all inclusive here.
And are we?
This is the best one. They want $2.9 million to desert locust reduction in Africa. So
Like
that's
the bugs?
major.
fucking important, dude. That's major, dude.
Yes.
The
Locust. Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's see. They want another one in Africa, $2 million to organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa.
Yes.
So this is the type of shit that the Republicans are like, come on, man, can we deal with all this shit later? But the Democrats are like, nope, we're not budging unless you give us all of this. You know, and it's like,
and if the average American would realize, dude, that's your tax-paying dollars. If you work and if you pay taxes, that is your money going to that bullshit. And if you're okay with it, man, well, fuck off. I don't know what else to say, but I'm not for it. I'm not for it. You know,
it's almost like since they cut a lot of that USAID shit out, that they're trying to find other ways to embezzle this money. So it's like, let's do
100%.
something for the locust in Africa. You know, I need $2.9 million. And that's how they get it. You know what I mean? Because somebody's benefiting from that, and it's not the locust. You know,
No.
and it's this civic engagement, and in Zimbabwe, what the fuck does that even mean? You know,
it means shit. It just sounds great, you know. Civic
it does.
engagement,
civic engagement, you know, climate resilience in Honduras, $24 million. Like, and they wonder why the Republicans are you know, just throwing their hands up like, really? Like, you know, we can't agree to that. Of course the government's going to stay shut down. And the Democrats know that, so they keep asking for ignorant shit that they know they're not going to get, because every day that goes on that this is closed, they can sit there and keep pawning it off on the Republicans and making them look bad. You know, it's all a game. It's a political game.
100%.
Everybody in the country, no matter what side you vote for, should just be disgusted by it and stop giving your side a break, because they're both sides are to blame. Now, reading these kind of numbers, I'd have to put more of the blame on the Democrat side. You know, the Republicans are just like, hey, let's concentrate on one thing to get this open and not all this nonsense right now. But, you know, that's not good enough. So I don't know.
How about we focus on America first? You know what I'm saying? How about we focus on it and fuck the rest of them, dude, to be honest with you. You know, let them figure out their own fucking problems, man. Let them figure out their own problems. We'll deal we got enough problems here. We got 9 and 10-year-olds trying to assault and rape 5-year-olds. And, you know, let's just focus on America.
No, that's true. And when he tries to do that, and when I say he, meaning Trump, when he tries to do that, he catches shit. You know, he tries to help some of these cities that are, you know, under siege by criminals. He tries to help them and gets nothing but pushback from those cities' leaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, man. And
take Chicago as an example. You know, you got not only the mayor of Chicago, you got the governor. You know, also we're going to make federal free zones and all this bullshit. And it's like, dude, fuck off, dude. You know.
And I guess the argument, you know, for not wanting Trump or anyone to get the military involved in policing cities is it's almost one step closer to, I guess, I don't know, communism, so to say, you know, where it's a government run. In other words, you're getting in a position where you're thanking the government for protecting you. So it's like, let's cause as much chaos as we can. Right. And then the citizens will get on board after that for letting us have even more control. You know, if you're looking at it from the government standpoint, let's allow all this chaos to happen. And then let's say, hey, we're going to fix it, but you're going to let us have to go into these cities with the military. And now the government's just in more control over these states. So I can see that argument, but that's not really what you're hearing from a lot of the Democrats. It's just mainly, we don't want Trump's help. I mean, in so many words, you know, it's basically what it boils down to is they don't want to even risk the chance of saying Trump fixed something, you know. And
no, they don't want that, dude. Yeah, they don't want that for sure.
Seems like that's about where, you know, a lot of it stems from. But in some of these cities, I mean, something needs to happen. Now, does it need to be military? I don't know. You know, I don't think it should be. It should start with better leaders, you know, and leaders that actually give a shit about what they're leading, you know, which doesn't seem to really be happening in a lot of these cities. But
well, you know, each state is in control. Each state is in control of their own National Guard, you know. Right. So, you know, I don't understand why this governor, even if we take Illinois, Pritzker or whatever his name is, I don't even understand why he doesn't say, look, they do need help in Chicago, which I agree. I've been there a few times. I can't say I would go back. It's just, I have family that lives there, and it has become a shithole. It really has. And I'm not saying all areas of Chicago, but most of them now are just shitholes. And do they need help? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Just like I think where we live at here in NOLA, I think they need help. You know, the police population is way down. The employment is way down, and crime is out of control in New Orleans. You can look at it. You know, I mean, goddamn, you can't even go pick up your kid from school without getting carjacked and murdered.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
recently,
insane, didn't it?
You know, they just happened a Uber driver and trying to make a living was freaking shot and killed. You know, so it's pathetic. It really is.
Justin, what's going on in them comments?
Redneck shitholes. Are y'all live? Someone's talking about No Nut November.
Woo!
Trump
It's
has
coming
fucked the
up.
country up.
Yeah, right.
Did y'all see that
gotcha.
the Big Balls attackers, 2 of them got off on probation?
I saw that, man.
I didn't see
they
it. But
beat the piss out of Big
Enlighten
Balls,
me.
man. Y'all remember Big Balls, huh?
No.
He was working for Elon back when Elon was doing that Doge department in the government, cutting all of that spending and everything. Well, apparently his name was whatever the fuck his real name was, but he went by the screen name of Big Balls. So of course the media got a kick out of that. And it was just funny back then having to hear them report on what Big Balls is doing in Doge, So, but anyway, he was assaulted not too long ago. He was jumped by a bunch of people, and they beat his ass up pretty bad. And I want to say, like Justin just mentioned, I mean, they basically got off with a slap on the wrist.
Why did they
do that? Well, why did they do it?
Because he was trying to stop them from stealing somebody's car.
Yeah, he was intervening when they were in there breaking. It's DC, another shithole. But if the judge, I'll let you figure out.
I saw it.
Yeah.
But you can just guess.
Yeah.
We talked about this a couple of podcasts ago, But it just I understand.
Now, from what I understand, there were adults involved in that assault also that basically were never even charged. I mean, look, my advice to anybody like old Big Balls there, stay the fuck out of those places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just stay out. And it's like you wouldn't be in that situation. Like you go to these places and you assume, I guess, that they're normal, and they're not. They're dangerous fucking places, man, especially at night. The law and order is just not there. It's not the focal point of that community is not law and order. You know what I mean? So any place like that, just stay the fuck out of it and let it turn to shit. Let him have it. I don't know what he was doing out there that night, but once it sounded like he was trying to do something, commendable. He was trying to help somebody out, and he wound up just getting his ass beat for it. And it's like, man, let them destroy them fucking cities. Just stay out of them.
Yeah, Josh Newton in the comments says that there was a girl in the car.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Carjacked.
Yeah, and that's like you said, man. That's good for him to have that, that thought process to jump in and try to help. But man, it's like get out of those places. And then it's one thing for him to get attacked, and it's another thing for them to just give these people a slap on the wrist. I'm not saying they need to be locked up for life, but fuck, man, hold them accountable, make them think twice before they do that shit again, because all that did was just give them permission to act like that. Now, that's it. That's all that did. There's they got no trouble, basically, a little probation, whatever the hell they're gonna get, and that's it. So they'll be back out on the back on the streets acting like asses, man. It's
so you're
I
saying
think they're not allowed to loiter around DC now.
So you're saying we should hold judges accountable in some form of another?
Damn right. So when these same idiots, within a certain amount of time, if they commit another crime, you're right. The judge should be held accountable. Now you can't stick that judge with that for the whole lifespan of these people, but give it a year, 2 years, make up a timeline that says, okay, you want to let them out with this soft, lenient, punishment. That's fine. But when they fuck up, you're going to suffer consequences legally too. But sure. I mean, that's just not a thing in this country, So that's why these places like this, these DAs and these judges just allow these revolving doors with these criminals because it doesn't bother them. I mean, they're not facing that reality of walking down the street and getting assaulted and shit. They don't care. A lot of them probably don't even live in that community that they claim to represent. They're probably right on the outskirts, not in the midst of all that,
Never. No. Yeah. Exactly.
So let me shut up for a minute. People get tired of hearing me. What else is going on, Justin? Anything good? Nope, that's it. Well, look, I know the hostages were released. A lot of hostages were released. Trump ceasefire going on. A lot of people are commending him, even on the left. I'm seeing people come out and say, "Look,
they have.
I can't help but congratulate them on that because that's what they were all crying for. Was peace over there." And it looks like for now, he's brought some of it, which I say that. And then yesterday I'm watching a video online of Hamas over there just assassinating people in the middle of the fucking street.
Public
Now,
assassinations.
Now I'm assuming that's a new video. It's being put out there as one.
Yeah.
So I'm just assuming that it's a new one because that's what everybody's claiming. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Don't look like the piece lasted too long, but
no,
as far
it'll
as
be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long that lasts for when you're dealing with, Israel and then you're dealing with Hamas. And, we're talking about terrorist groups here, people in sandals. But anyway, that'll be interesting to see how long that goes on. I don't see it lasting.
People in sandals.
I don't see it lasting a long time. I really don't. I don't see it.
Did you see any of the videos of those hostages, man? Like they were making them, propaganda videos with these hostages, man. It looked like, dude, I mean, they were starving them to death, Oh, dude. It's crazy to watch them.
Yeah.
Just
they almost look like, if you ever looked at old movies of Auschwitz and, the German concentration camps, that's what they look. Dude, it looked just like that, but in modern day. And it was like, holy shit. I mean, I guess 700 and something days in captivity, man, and little food, little water, living in shit conditions, So,
well, I know one of the former hostage of Hamas, I guess he was one that got freed a while back, because watching this interview, he doesn't look like he's in bad shape. He just looks normal now. But he was talking about when he was in there being held captive, that the Hamas was basically praying for Kamala to win. They did not want Trump.
Yeah,
and the lady asked them, the lady asked the guy, so they were talking politics with you. And he said, oh yeah. He said, definitely they did not want Donald Trump in there. And he said, once Trump got elected, his treatment was like night and day. All of a sudden, they were feeding them more. They were being
moving
nicer
to a different facility.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it just shows you, if Kamala, for one, all them hostages that got freed the other day would still be there. You know what I mean? And there's no telling what else would have transpired around the world had that woman been elected. Because nobody around the world fears that side. Because it's not just it's not just these inner cities in our country that you're seeing where they got this war on law and order. It's that whole side over there seems to not give a shit about that. And it goes on to where around the world starts to notice that when the Democrats are in, they're not, big, they're not pro-military. So they start cutting the military funding, and these people watch this shit around the world. They know it. They want people like Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Obama. They want those people in office so they can, just continue with the terrorism and all the nonsense that they're doing around the world. And this guy said they told him that, that they did not want Trump in there.
Well, I sent you that post from the Democrat Facebook page, Occupy Democrats, where allegedly the Israel Hamas ceasefire was Biden's plan that he had in motion, but Trump had conspired with Israel to not accept Biden's ceasefire plan until Trump got in office so that he could take credit for it.
Is that what they're going with? That this was all orchestrated by Joe Biden's administration? And
fucking Biden couldn't even wipe his own ass, dude. And he
negotiated
like
a ceasefire.
I gotcha.
I seen. I didn't see it on the Occupy the Democrat thing, but I did see somebody else claiming that this negotiation was worked out. Months ago.
I'm sure.
Months ago. And then, Trump did what he had to do to make it where it wouldn't, it didn't go through just so he could. And I'm like, come on, people. Can you just be happy that this is what y'all wanted, the shit to be over with, No. And they can't. Things are just so, one side or the other nowadays, man. And like I said, I will say, to the credit of some of them, even Jimmy Kimmel's, bitch ass, he was saying it too, that look, got to give credit to Trump. And I don't remember his exact words verbatim, but he was basically giving him credit for ending that over there. So now there are a lot of people who don't believe anything's ended, that this is very temporary because of just how those people are.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I believe that too. Honestly.
me too.
Yeah, I don't think it's
I
just
think
going to
bombs will
stop.
fly soon, but
Well, for one, if that video is legit as far as it being, new, where they were assassinating people in the middle of the fucking street yesterday or whatever, then of course, it's not like their reign of terror has stopped. But
No,
but the hostages coming home, I mean, that's a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Seen a lot of people saying that it was only men that were released the other day. So where are all the women?
I think they offed them, dude. I
Well,
really do.
I think a lot, but I will say though that they did release dozens of hostages earlier on, like months ago. You know what I mean? So that was kind of, one of the things that the right was trying to say, that only Trump got some released, but they did release some before that. And it was a lot of women. Now, not to say that they didn't do whatever they did with the women. I'm sure some of them aren't around anymore. But, to give credit to the other side, it wasn't just yesterday or the day before that hostages got released. There were more. And that was a lot of women and children back then. But because at first it struck me as odd, too. I'm like, man, they ain't released nothing but the men. Like, what did they do with the women? That's terrible, But apparently a lot of them were let go a while back. But there were some that I mean, I guess they're saying all the hostages were released. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know if I believe that either. But you still have countries like Iran. I mean, even though we bomb supposedly their nuclear facilities and stuff, do you ever see? Because you still have that regime in power. Do you think they're like, you know what? I think we're gonna give the fuck up. Trump bombed that shit, or are they still chanting death to America, death to Israel? Death to the whole Western civilization, So
yeah, you're dealing with a lot of people that aren't just corrupt politicians like this country. Right. You're dealing with people who, a lot of them
radical,
are willing to die for their cause. Absolutely. That's a different animal.
And how do you stop that, dude? How do you stop that?
Exactly. And you don't just end that. Now you may slow it down for a second,
right?
With some tough love, so to say. It's some freedom. You throw some freedom their way, from the United States, and you'll slow it down. But you don't just kill that. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, you're fighting a different animal. That you're not just somebody that's up there trying for financial gain. I mean, these people are dying for what they believe in. A lot of it is religion. You know what I mean? And they wholeheartedly believe in what they're preaching and what they stand for. So you're right. That goes back to where a lot of times when we're fighting these wars, our guys' hands are tied with these rules of engagement where the other side doesn't have those, because they don't give a fuck about rules. They are there to destroy the enemy. And that's the type of people you seem to be fighting when we go to these kind of wars like that, and it's I'm with you. So, but basically, the point of it is that, no, this shit ain't over. It may stop for a minute, they may calm down and regroup, but it's not done. You don't just end it like that. It's impossible. It'll never be done. Never.
No, never, ever. So, there'll never be peace in the Middle East, man. That's all I can say.
Nope, they won't. But what's going on?
We should move there and preach peace.
I should. I mean, look, and just, even the Jews, man, the Jews killed Christ, man. So they've got a burden on their shoulders, man, that they have to deal with, So anyway, that's all I'm going to speak about biblical tonight. But yeah, I'm not going to get into it,
No, I'm with Justin. I think we need to move there, preach peace to these people.
Yes. I say we go to Iran and do a podcast.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I see Johnny Fobbs in the house, dude.
Johnny Five, what is up? Johnny Five is a hero, just like Aaron Spencer. Y'all know who Aaron Spencer is? No, you don't. I'm going to tell you. He is the Arkansas father accused of offing the sex predator whom he found in a car with his missing daughter. Took his life. Took him out. Did the world. Now he's running for sheriff while he's out on parole. On bond. So apparently he hasn't even been to court for this yet. I hope this man gets off. And I hope he wins sheriff in whatever county he's running in over there. But
dude, I'm moving to that county and registering so I can vote for him. Just to vote.
It's crazy.
Dude. Absolutely.
I mean, it's an awesome story. I don't know a lot of the backstory besides that little piece that I just read. But apparently, like the story said, caught somebody in the car assaulting his daughter, killed the motherfucker. Good
Yep.
riddance. And
Yep.
now he wants to be
I think
sheriff.
the dude was a boyfriend of a family friend, and he had been stalking the 15-year-old daughter. He was, I believe, in his 60s. He was either 41 or 61, but regardless, it's too old for a 15-year-old.
Oh, wow.
Well, if I could offer any legal advice to him, have your attorneys pull up the file of the case with Plauché. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, dude. And he never served a day in jail. He was booked, but yeah, he never served a day in jail. And nor should I think this guy should serve a day in jail,
Yeah. No, he shouldn't. And I don't know if nowadays he can walk away free from that. I know when that shit happened over here in our state, that was the early 80s or so? When
Yes.
Yeah, it was like 100 years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
For the ones,
times were different.
Anybody listening, you may have seen the meme of the guy standing in the airport on the payphone, and he turns around and pops the dude right in the head. It was the one that was, doing whatever he was doing to this man's son. Well, over here in Louisiana, he got off on that charge. But
absolutely,
that was a little more small town kind of politics shit going on back then. I don't know if nowadays that'll fly. I hope it does.
Me too.
I really do, but
it'll be an interesting one. We're going to follow it. I mean, yeah, we're going to follow that and see where it goes, dude. But I hope he's elected sheriff.
But then again, it's like, why was he even arrested? Let's say you walk up on somebody assaulting your daughter, your wife, or anybody for that means. You can protect them.
Well, I think they were just sitting in the car. Like, he walked into her room and she wasn't there. So he went and strolled the neighborhood looking for her, and they were sitting in the car.
Okay.
And he handled business.
I got. Well, what was he a registered offender already?
I don't know. I don't think so. They didn't say that in the article that I read, but it almost kind of had the tone of like the daughter and this old dude kind of had something, going on prior that the dad may have been weary about, because like I said, she snuck out, he walked in the room, she wasn't there, and then he was like, they're probably in the neighborhood. So I think he knew who she was going to be with.
She was a little fast in the ass then, is what you're saying.
Now, that's what it's hinting at.
And times have changed, dude. I mean, here we are with social media, and you see all these pedophile videos out there, and it's like they find them on these dating apps and whatever they call them. You never know the situation that was going on. But it's still not condonable, believe me, by any means. No. I think the guy got true justice of being shot and killed, Well,
what I figured is instead of me and Justin sitting there guessing about the details, I would just pull up the article.
Don't do that.
It says an Arkansas father faces charges for allegedly gunning down his teenage daughter's suspected sexual predator and has launched a campaign to be sheriff while imploring voters that he intends to bring trust, accountability, blah, blah, blah. Now it says in 2024, he allegedly shot and killed, 67-year-old.
Okay.
Fosler was the guy's last name that he shot, was driving
off.
Sounds like a bitch. Yeah, it does. Sounds like a bitch. He was driving off with his 14-year-old daughter, according to court documents. Fosler had previously been charged with numerous sexual offenses. So, yes, he was a registered sex offender. Now,
sounds like a
this
bitch.
was he was. Let me get this. Fosler had been previously charged with numerous sexual offenses against Spencer's daughter. So he had already had charges with the same young lady, apparently, and was out on bond at the time. So prosecutors allege that in October 2024, Spencer awoke to find his daughter missing from the family's home. That prompted him to leave and search for her. According to court documents, Spencer located his daughter inside of Fosler's truck, forced the vehicle off the highway. The two men allegedly engaged in an altercation, ending with Spencer calling 911 to report that he had shot the man. He was arrested and charged second-degree murder. And that's it. The case is still pending. So
if he gets off, do you think that leaves legal precedent for that sheriff that shot the judge to get off?
No.
I forgot about that.
No, because I think what you're going to in these type of cases, the law is going to say, let the law take care of it. That he should have called the police and had them go find that daughter. Now, I'm not saying what he did from a father standpoint justified in my book, but I know where the law is going to take this. Unless that man was a threat to his life or his daughter's life, then they're going to say he had no right to take his life. Now,
so you don't think he's going to get off?
No, I really don't. I honestly don't, unless God, it's hard. They're just saying an altercation.
Jury, man. Yeah.
Well, they're saying an altercation. Well, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Was it just a couple pushes and a shove, and then he pulls out a gun, and you know what I mean?
I mean, if I'm his lawyer, I'm arguing that he woke up in the middle of the night. His 15-year-old was not in her room. He happened to look out, and there's a car sitting outside with this old man that's known to be a predator, and he assumes that his daughter's being kidnapped. I'm not asking questions. I need my daughter out that car, and I need that car to not move. And the only person that could move it and harm my daughter in that situation was the driver of that car, which is now dead and no longer a danger to my daughter.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And it sounds like an amazing argument for the lawyer to say, look, like you said, I don't have to wait for the cops when I know where my child is. I'm going to get my child because she could be in harm,
Yeah, because she could, harmed. In that wait, they take off and you may never see her again. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's got a good argument for sure, and it's like, what else would you expect somebody to do when he finds his underage daughter with this guy? Are you just supposed to call the police and hope this guy doesn't hurt her in the meantime?
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I guess with a good lawyer, he may be able to get off on maybe the more serious charge, but I don't know in today's day and age if they're just going to allow him to, because they don't want vigilantes. You know how it is. They don't want us taking the law into their own hands, where I think a lot of times it's warranted and it would keep people straight. Like if this guy that was doing this with his daughter had any inkling that he may shoot me, he probably wouldn't have been talking to the girl again.
Yeah.
Or
because he obviously wasn't afraid of jail. Right. The law didn't scare him.
Right. But he would have been afraid of death. So had he had a real threat of that, maybe he wouldn't have been around this young lady, He
probably should have beat his ass at Thanksgiving once or twice, and he'd have stopped coming around.
Well, and it looked like that was actually the option. Just reading the article, his first option was they were getting into it. He was probably just going to beat the shit out of him. And apparently, I don't know if the altercation went wrong, and maybe the dude was getting the upper hand, which I doubt it. I mean, 67 years old, and you're fighting
I doubt it too.
The guy that looks a lot younger than 67. So
right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess anger would get the best of you in that situation. It sure would me.
Well, they just need to make him try on a glove in court. And if the glove don't fit, he walks.
That's it.
So, hey, do we have an update on the guy who killed that 6-year-old kid? Did the dad ever run into him?
Not yet.
Oh, no. The one that said if he finds him.
Oh, yeah.
That was that animal they let out.
He did get rearrested on a probation violation, though.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, he's already out after murdering a child. He gets out in a few years, and and then he's right back in jail on a probation violation. Like, how many times are they going to deal with this idiot before they lock him up for good? But no, he needs to run across that father. Because that father sure to let everybody know he will.
Hopefully,
be gone.
They do it in a dark alley with no cameras and no witnesses. Right. Is where they happen to cross paths.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, damn right. Well, this last case we were talking about is scheduled to appear in court. Pre-trial hearing on December 16th. So I'm going to try to follow that one, man. I hope that dude gets off or they drop charges or something on him. But it all depends on the prosecutors over there and
the jury.
Well, when does the sheriff election take place? Does that take place before court?
That's a great question. I don't know. He's running for sheriff while imploring. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't really get into that. They just got into the details of what happened, but
I don't know how that would stop anything anyway. If he became sheriff and you're still pending these charges, you still have to face reality. But I think if you're on the defense side of this, you're trying to pick a jury that of people that have kids or grandkids. That's where I think he's got a chance to win. So
Yeah, no doubt. Justin,
yeah.
I have
Are
Timmy's
we-
vote, dude.
are you running for president? 'Cause
I'm
you
running,
got one
dude.
vote. You got
I'm in,
one
dude.
I got
vote.
what, 6 years until I'm legally allowed to run. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll run.
You got my vote, dude. I'll give you another vote, dude.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You
Dude.
got-
Justin for president, dude. Way to
That's
go,
it.
Timothy.
What would
That's
be
at
your
least 4 votes?
What's your first executive order, Justin, once you get into office?
Executive order.
First one you're signing.
I know, dude. I won't say, but go ahead, Justin.
I think
Come
we're
on, man.
gonna get rid of the NFA. We're gonna say fuck the ATF.
There you go.
That's gonna be
dog.
my
There
first
you go,
two.
baby.
That's
yeah,
my first
absolutely.
two. That's
Okay.
my executive order. It's gonna say fuck the ATF.
My first
Signed.
one, if I become president, it will be to allow parents of children that have been victimized to take out their
Oh,
attackers.
yeah, that's a good
you
one.
know, the person who
Good
victimized
idea.
their child. That's
Maybe they
it.
can
Lock them in a room.
victimize the attackers.
Lock them in a room, 10 minutes alone, handcuff the son of a bitch to a chair, and let the parents have at it. That's my executive order. That's it.
They just lock them in a room and be like, look, there's a knife over there and lube over there. You make your choice, dude.
Hey, look, we're
You
just going to go ahead and let
figure
you
it out.
know he's chained to a chair. You do what you want with that information.
Yeah,
but,
whatever you want,
know,
dude. Yeah.
So that's
We'll be
gonna
back,
my
dude.
executive order.
Yeah.
Done.
We'll be
I
back
might
in
get votes
15
with
minutes.
that, dude. I
You
might
might.
get votes. And look, the
Absolutely.
people that don't vote for me, well, you know what they stand for.
Yeah.
You know what they
yes.
stand for. So that's how I'm going to run my campaign. If you don't vote for me, then you agree with children being,
Yep.
I'll leave it there. So, but that's going to
That's
be
all
my
you got to
whole
say. That
campaign.
would be yeah. Fuck make America great, dude. If you don't vote for me.
You hate kids and you want children to be harmed by pedos. That's my,
Johnny
how
Five
can I
says,
lose?
Johnny Five says, fuck chaining them to a chair. He wants them to be able to fight back.
Yeah.
I
Johnny
mean,
wants to
Well,
watch them
I thought
struggle.
about that at first, and then I'm thinking, well, maybe it'll be like a single mom that gets to go in there, so she's
Yeah.
got to have some sort of advantage, But
Yeah.
if it's man on man, you're right. Leave that motherfucker unchained. Let him run around a little bit, But either way, the parents should be able to bring down punishment.
Hell
on their
yeah. I'm taking
child's
Johnny
attacker.
Five as my VP.
Johnny Five's the VP?
Johnny Five
Yeah.
is the VP, huh?
Right.
I'm in, dude.
Done. Oh, that's going to be awesome, dude. Hell yeah. We're going to get this country back together.
Oh, dude, we'll get it back together quick, dude. Won't take long, dude.
Fuck, dude. They
I like it.
trying to think. They would
What else happening?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm scrolling X right now, really. I'm just trying to see what's going on in the world.
What's up with this? I saw somebody talking about we had a deranged Mexican lady as the new mayor of New Orleans. That's what the comment said. I promise you. Scroll up.
Somebody in the comments is
That's
talking
not my
about
words.
a deranged Mexican lady being
A
They
deranged
said-
Mexican. Yeah, well.
They said, "Don't get quiet now." How do y'all feel about the deranged Mexican lady? As the
anything
new
has to
mayor
be
of New
better than
Orleans?
TD, dude.
well,
So
and
that's all I
honestly,
can say.
since we don't live in New Orleans, I really don't
Yes.
give a fuck.
No,
I
me neither.
look at it from afar and just kind of like shake my head at the people that they keep voting in, and then
Yes.
everybody wonders why the city never changes. So I'm like, whatever,
Yeah.
let them run it in the ground like the rest of them around the country.
It's about
Problem
there.
is,
Yeah.
problem is when you live close to those cities and they run it in the ground, then those people start moving closer to you, because they need somewhere to go.
Yes.
And then they start bringing down your community is the problem. So I say we blow up the bridges around here, and then they can't get here.
Yeah.
Hell
Perfect.
yeah.
Now,
I like it.
Go.
we'll say good news. It said
Oh.
students identifying as non-binary are on the decline, according to a new study.
Imagine that.
So it's like that
Huh.
fad may be dying off. This
I
whole
hope.
I'm non-binary nonsense. So I did see that. A little bit of good news. Maybe
Yeah.
we're starting to kind of autocorrect, a little bit in the country. These kids are
Dang,
going
we're working
crazy in
on
these
it.
universities, man. Just the shit they have them believing is just nuts. No, there it is, Justin. Or was that you? Yeah, Justin, you were just talking about. It says Joe Biden had a peace deal in place, but then
Oh, yeah.
Netanyahu and Trump met in Mar-a-Lago and decided that keeping the war going would benefit them both. 10 months later, they're signing the exact deal Biden brokered. Now, this is coming from
Yes.
Keith Edwards on X, so I know it's true.
I tried to told
It
you.
is 100%.
Y'all said I was a conspiracy theorist.
Did you see, on a serious note, did you see that New York City, they handed out a commercial driver's license to an illegal alien, and the name on the driver's license was no name given.
No name
Like,
given.
like legit. I mean, you could do that in New York apparently, and it's like, what in the fuck? Imagine living in places that nuts.
It's sick.
But I'm like, how do you
You
go
ain't
into
seen nothing yet. Yeah.
You couldn't go into a DMV around here and tell them that. Like, what?
We can try.
I mean, it's like, who does that? The lady at the counter is just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. I mean, the dude, his name was literally no name given. It's like, in a commercial driver's license.
I love
You don't
it.
know him, dude? You don't know him, Shane?
Fuck.
No name given, dude? Yeah, dude, he's all right, dude, man.
Didn't they
New
just have a
York's got
story?
bigger problems, dude, you know?
Well, then they have a story not too long ago where an illegal alien was driving, had a CDL license and like killed an accident or something that they
CDL
had.
out of California and
Yeah.
killed, I think it
He had
was 4 people,
sandals
3
on,
people in a
dude.
minivan in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
He
what
had-
it was. Yeah, I mean,
He had sandals,
Sandals.
on, too, dude.
It was the sandals.
you talking
It
about
was just-
46 MD said he's a voter
Anyway.
too.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Just thinking that passed for an ID.
It's crazy, dude.
I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't. Every time I think I've heard everything I can in these cities, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Oh,
10
New
million
York,
no
man.
name
The
given
best
votes.
is yet to come with New York with this election that's coming up. The best is yet to
Yeah.
come, and I don't see, what's his name, Mudane or Madani or whatever his name.
Oh
That-
my God, that dude!
God,
It's scary
dude.
because he's about to win. He is.
Yeah.
He's got this, dude. There's no
He's
doubt
got
about
this,
it.
dude. I mean, dude, you got Bernie Sanders and AOC backing him, and I just don't see. And you got what, Ilhan Omar, and yeah, dude.
Yep.
In New York, I can tell you, dude, I would be driving the for sale sign in your property tomorrow, dude, to get the fuck out of there.
Get out of
you
there.
know?
Yep.
Yeah, just don't bring your voting habits with you. That's all I can ask, you know.
Well, let's look at dumbest criminal report of the week. Pull it up right here. Share it with you folks. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add it right there. Florida man stole $7,000 in scratch-off lottery tickets, then returned to the same store to redeem them.
Yeah,
How
why wouldn't
fucking
you,
dumb you have to be?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, why wouldn't
My
you, dude?
God, man. Some
Well,
people, dude,
Consider the source, dude. You know,
there's no hope
Jesus.
for some people. Like
No.
what?
Oh,
At
that's
least
like
go
the
to a
hack that Justin found at the dollar stores.
Yeah, kind of. But it's like at least go to a different fucking store. I mean,
Yeah.
he was hit with federal charges this week. Allegedly stole $7,000 in scratch-off tickets from a convenience store. Returned to the scene of the crime mere hours later to try and redeem his loot. Didn't work out too good. 43 years old. Look, he's still got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah,
But you know, he
We'll forgive
opened multiple cabinets, took scratch-off lottery tickets when he was in the store before fleeing the scene in his gray Hyundai Elantra. You know. So roughly 40 minutes later, he arrived back at the 7-Eleven to redeem his $7,000. Now, unless this guy's mentally retarded, I can't even think of an excuse to give him. Like, how fucking dumb do you have to be?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That
Consider
is,
the
I mean,
sources, dude. Yeah, it's
like-
pretty dumb, dude.
Oh, man.
for one, it's dumb to even try to cash them because those things are, they're
I would
they're
say if you
tracked
think they're not
nowadays.
tracked, like, come on now.
Right. So that's dumb enough. But then to return back to the same gas station that just
40 minutes later.
which I guess in his defense, he didn't rob the place for him. He stole them probably without the cashier knowing.
Right.
So then he figured, well, I got these. I'll go home, scratch them off, and then I'll just go back and she'll cash them for me,
How many did he take? Did
It
it say?
was
Probably more than a couple.
Oh
Yeah.
God! Now you're gonna press me on details. Oh God!
I need details,
Brad?
dude. Yeah. Jesus.
He stole $7,000 worth, is what they're saying.
That's a lot of
worth
scratch
ticket.
offs.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
scratch. 40 minutes, dude. He was pretty quick, dude.
Yeah, he
God
was quick.
Damn. God
Damn.
damn, dude.
Like, she wasn't
See-
going to turn around and realize there was a stack of lottery tickets gone.
Yeah.
Like, huh, these were full a minute ago.
And I want to say I may have gave him too much credit. From what the video's showing and the still picture, it looks like he robbed the place too. Like he stole money. He successfully made off with $120 from the register before escorting the clerk to the back of the store and snatched a pack of Newport cigarettes. Prosecutors said
That's important, dude. Yeah.
he got them Newports.
Got it.
Only white
So-
smoke those. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay,
Um,
so yeah,
yeah.
he was as dumb as I thought. I was thinking maybe
then
he
he
kind of
went
snuck
back?
and stole them. Yeah, then he went back 40 minutes later after robbing the place.
They'll never
hey,
know.
Good thing there's dumbass criminals like that. Because
Well,
you know,
we
it
have a
keeps them off the
dumbass
streets.
criminal that I read about today. That's, he's pretty close. He's in Baton Rouge. All right.
Ah, yeah. Say no more.
Kind of same
Bet.
thing. But so Quarles, it's like Charles with a Q, Harris,
Quarrels.
51. He pleaded guilty to armed robbery, unauthorized use of a moving vehicle, and simple battery. On May 8th, Harris attempted to rob a Regions Bank on South Sherwood Forest Boulevard before a Good Samaritan took him down. Harris was previously sentenced to 10 years in prison in connection with the robbery at the same bank in April of 2014.
Oh,
I mean, look,
So,
he's consistent.
dude, you need a withdrawal, dude. You got to go to the same bank for the withdrawal, dude. So it doesn't matter, dude. Yeah.
he
He's
got
consistent.
himself a withdrawal.
Tell you like
Second
the,
time he did, and he got taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell you like the
It's
Democratic
so-
politicians would. Maybe he was hungry, dude. Stop judging that guy.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
probably
dude.
was. But the same
Homeless.
bank, buddy?
Yeah, I know. Well, he got away with it the first time, but
He did
How-
10
how-
years for it.
oh my God. Yeah, I missed that part.
Jesus.
I think I was reading something. When
Yeah.
you 10 years. Can you imagine doing 10 years for anything and then getting back out and
Yeah.
risking going back? I mean,
Yeah.
that's another mentality that I'll never understand is that, just not giving a fuck whether or not you go back to that loss of freedom.
Some people like it better in jail than out.
They
And you took the
do,
words
but-
right out of my mouth,
right,
Kristen.
right.
Because
And
some people, I was a correctional officer for like 3 years. So believe it or not, some
Pig.
people have it better.
Right.
pig.
Some people have it better in jail. And we used to call it 3 hots and a cot, man. Some people have it better in jail than they do on the streets, dude. And I get the whole. It's a revolving door, man.
And they
you
do.
know?
It's just the weird part is 95% of the people though don't want to get caught and go back. You know what I mean? Like they try not to
Yes.
get caught committing crimes.
Absolutely.
They just
Sure.
can't fucking stop committing crimes. And
They
look,
can't, right.
everybody's got their stories. Maybe they, people have their reasons why they do certain things, but it's still, you would think after serving 10 years in prison, which probably wasn't too fun, you would try to do what you got to do to get your life back on track and not end up back there. Now, I mean, that's me saying that with, as white as I am. Some people say that we don't have no problems, so
Right.
I get it. I'm not going to sit here and judge everybody that's born in certain situations. Some people just, they live hopeless lives, man. It's kind of like we talked about earlier with them 5-year-old and that, what was it, a 5 and a 10-year-old or 9-year-old
9
or
and
something?
10.
A 9 and 10-year-old that committed
Yes.
that crazy crime that we spoke about earlier. Well, being brought up and you're already doing that at 9 and 10, well, what is your life going to be like at 20? If that's the environment you're being
absolutely,
brought up
dude.
in. So it's almost like it's hard to blame people sometimes when that's what they know. You know what I mean? There's no real home training, as far as positive home training. So, I try not to judge them too harshly. I just think once you become an adult, if you're that fucking stupid that you can't stay out of prison, well, you probably belong there.
Old
Yeah.
Johnny Five making the dig on me, man. I love it, dude.
What's he saying? What is Johnny Five saying?
He says
Whoa,
COs
whoa.
are not pigs, they're piglets.
Ooh, oink oink.
Baby
And that's so
pigs.
true, man. It was always said like that in the whole thing. And I did go through the academy and serve a little bit on the road, but I woke up and said that's not what I want to do for the next 20 years. So,
You started feeling bad for the criminals?
yeah, I didn't want to arrest nobody, dude.
Did you smuggle drugs in your butt to anybody?
Yes, he did. He did. Among other items. You butt smuggler.
Champagne
shit.
bottles and cell phone.
Fuck y'all,
Brad.
dude.
Brad's like, stop, I got family watching this.
Absolutely, dude. You know what my father-in-law said earlier about you, dude. I mean,
Yes, he
Jesus
did.
Christ.
I know. I got to watch my mouth, my potty mouth.
I love
Oh,
it. I love it.
I was watching him like
I thought
it
we
was
were all
like
right, Johnny Five. Actually, I thought you and I were all right, dude. But
Johnny Five started a war.
yeah, I still love you, though, brother.
What were you saying, Justin?
there was like this little 10-minute like mini doc that I was watching, and it was in Australia. And so there was this business owner, but he was smuggling drugs into Australia. It was liquid methamphetamine that he was smuggling in, and Canadian made beer. So he would get pallets of beer and, just random cases throughout the beer. He would empty the cans out and they'd be filled with liquid meth. So he was bringing them into a shipping container, and he would empty out the liquid meth and he'd crystallize it and whatnot, and make his profits, sell it, do what he does with it. Well, after he had gotten all of the methamphetamine out of the beer cans, he would give away the rest of the actual beer, right? Just to get rid of it. I guess it was just too much beer, so he'd get rid of it. Well, he gave a case to one of his employees, and this employee winds up in the emergency room and basically dies after a day or two of being brain dead because he took a giant gulp of liquid meth. So this dude didn't realize that there was still cases of methamphetamine left in the beer, and he gave it to this dude, and he chugged it like it was a beer, and it was not a beer.
Where was this at?
Australia.
Oh, damn. They doing it like that over there, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
And so he's currently like facing drug smuggling charges and shit like that. So I don't know if they're gonna get him on murder.
Yeah, I don't know how Australia, like their laws, how I would imagine they're probably pretty strict over there with.
You would think you'd taste the difference between Canadian beer and liquid meth before you swallowed. You know,
It'd be a little bitter, huh, dude?
I would think.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So you're saying don't chug liquid meth?
No, apparently not.
All right.
No,
Well, we're
no,
putting that out there right
no.
now
Yes.
for everyone to know.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do it. Bad idea.
Public service announcement as of tonight from B.S.ing with the guys. Do not chug liquid meth, dude.
You heard it here first.
Absolutely, dude.
At least try not to.
No.
What else? What else? Any good news going on? Everything's just crazy. Yeah. Anything crazy in the NFL went down, Justin? How'd your fantasy shit do?
Oh my God, terrible.
Good.
Absolutely
good.
terrible.
I was gonna tell you to give some fantasy advice, but
I had a running back get hurt, wide receiver got hurt, but 2 wide receivers got hurt. Bo Nix was out there sucking cocks on the sideline.
Dobbins did not. This is a family-friendly show.
I apologize. Look, we talked about I got heated. I'm back. All right. Oh, go Broncos. Broncos fucked me this week.
Damn.
Goddamn Broncos.
Sorry, Fun-Law. I got to hang out with these people.
Nakua got hurt. Egbuka got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you shit the bed on that one. All right. Is there a week that you didn't get screwed over?
I won
every other
week
except for last week.
Oh, Kristen won. Kristen, who'd you start?
I don't pick it.
That's what I was waiting on. She had no. She just.
I love it.
Who does it for you?
Jonathan.
Oh, okay. So what? So if
I have been watching the Saints game though.
So if you win, if he wins with the picks that he gives you, you get the money.
Yes.
That's
of course.
We're gonna talk to him. Get him on the phone right
There's
now.
There's no chance that I'm winning though.
I won in that league.
This is like the
too.
first week that I won.
I won in that league, but I lost in the big league.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was terrible. So Egbuka's out next week. Don't start him. Don't start Puka because he's probably not coming back until after the bye, which they have next week, and then they have a bye week, and then Puka will be back. Start him. Let him rock. Egbuka, he pulled a hammy, talking about being out a couple weeks. So don't play him. So now I've got Addison with the Vikings that hasn't been doing anything.
I think the most exciting thing I saw from the weekend was that little skirmish they had after one of those games.
After the Chiefs game.
Yeah. I thought that was, I was like, go ahead, any more of that.
Juju got his ass whooped.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen he got bloodied up. I want to say they. I mean, I'm sure they're suspending. I forget. They
you
already
hear his
named
excuse?
somebody. Nuh-uh.
After the game, he was like, I acted like a child, but they were out there bullying me. He was like, they weren't getting the refs were calling calls on me, but they'd push me in the back during the play, and they're not going to be out there bullying me. So
Yeah,
he was being bullied on the field.
Yeah, I seen they tried to, look like Mahomes tried to shake his hand, and he kind of walked right past him and decided he had to, throw a little slap to your boy's face. And I'm like, hey, man, I think they need more of that. They want to get ratings even better than they are with the NFL. Let them start fighting, dude.
Absolutely.
Right. Let them go at it. I say,
Yeah,
do it.
it was pretty cool. I turned the game off right before that, actually, so I had to watch it on X. But because they pissed me off, because that's when I found out I was losing. But so
Well, Justin, this guy knows you apparently.
Hey,
Justin married his second cousin. Do you
I do
know this
not
guy?
live in the
B
UK.
Rad
hate when
kids are
that happens,
special
dude.
ed. Brad, he knows your kids.
Yeah.
So
Oh, special ed. Yeah.
That's a
they
boy? I
are.
thought that was a girl.
I don't know
They've
what
been
it is.
watching for a while.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Thanks for
Kristen,
watching.
what's their name?
I don't know, Justin.
Oh, love it.
What is that name? Nig. I don't know. I can't
I don't know how
pronounce
to
it.
pronounce
You can't
underscores.
pronounce that. Dude. We don't
No.
say that on here, dude. We're very clean about it. But
No,
yeah.
we wait till we get off. Wait till we turn the camera.
We'll talk about
Kidding.
him tomorrow.
I'm kidding. I would know.
You
You
spelled
just
blonde
wait till we
wrong.
get backstage.
Yeah,
Idiots.
absolutely. Dude. He's an
So-
idiot, dude. He
so you
really
mean-
is, dude.
Hey,
I don't know if it's a boy or
He's
girl.
fiending in the comments.
Yeah.
Well, they just
Yeah,
make
what
sure
are
you
your
subscribe,
pronouns,
bro.
dude?
Please.
Hey,
Make
Nick,
sure
what's
you
your pronouns,
subscribe.
dude?
Nig. Can you say that? I don't even know if we can.
I don't know. It's his name, at Nick.
That is true,
Ah.
Well, what you gonna do?
Yeah, it's just
So
that's his
bad.
name, dude. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
dude. So
Y'all are terrible.
anyway,
Anyway.
yeah.
Like and
Well,
subscribe.
Justin, anything else crazy going on?
No.
No.
Nothing crazy. Not
No
until
lives.
tomorrow night. Tonight's Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Football.
Who's playing?
Who is playing
Don't even
tomorrow night?
know.
I don't have anybody starting tomorrow.
No, nobody's starting. Yeah, well,
Beautiful.
I don't know. Trying to see anything else we missed.
What the casinos look like.
Disneyland guest dies after heart attack on a Haunted Mansion ride. So
What?
Shit
Yeah.
happens, dude.
yeah, it does. Yeah,
Take
ride
your
at your
fucking
own
medicine,
risk.
dude.
Candace Owens is still on her. Charlie Kirk was assassinated by Israel shit.
Wow,
Yeah.
Epstein
Bengals and the
list.
Steelers. That ought to be
Yeah.
a terrible game.
Well, that's okay. Well,
Sorry.
so the Steelers are playing. The Epstein
I was
list is
answering
still
you
not
from
out.
earlier.
Answer me fucking 5 minutes later. So,
Crazy, dude.
anyway,
Epstein?
What else? Yeah, Epstein
No,
list not out yet.
No.
Nope.
I don't
Trump's
want
not
it's
on it?
not a-
It doesn't exist. It was a
That's
hoax.
right.
We talked about this.
J6 was orchestrated,
Yes.
and that's about it, dude. That's about it. I think we touched on
Probably by the
everything.
ATF. Bitches.
We did.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude.
Dude, isn't
Yeah.
it amazing? We do more in an hour 37, dude, than most of your media outlets do. In like
I
a
mean,
week.
I feel like
yeah,
we solved some major
gosh.
issues.
Dude, it is amazing, dude, what we
I
do.
know.
One day a week in an hour and 37, we control what most people do, what most of these news outlets do in a week, dude. It's
And they-
incredible.
And they get it for free. I mean,
And they get it for free. Yeah.
yeah.
All we ask is like and subscribe, dude. That's
like
all
and
we
subscribe
ask.
if you,
Yeah.
if you,
you know?
you hadn't done it
Send us some
already.
DMs. We might send you some merch, man, you know? So, yeah.
All right, we talked enough shit. Let's get off of here.
Yes.
We'll be back next week. Please like, subscribe, all that good shit. We appreciate y'all checking us out.
And look, real
Until-
quick before we
Go
go,
ahead.
Shane, I want to just say, dude, all of the people out here that are listening to us, buy XRP.
Oh, I
all
did
I'm
want to
gonna say.
ask about real quick before we do go that
Let's do it.
what was behind that huge plummet in the middle of the week with the fucking
Look, they tried to lay that whole
Bitcoin?
blame on. Yeah, they tried to lay the whole fucking blame on fucking Trump with 100% tariff on China. It's all
Yeah.
bullshit, dude. I think it was nothing but whales. selling all their shit. They're trying to get the retail out of it, which is people like you and me.
So,
and it's not going to happen. I didn't sell. Actually, I bought more. So I've doubled down on what was going down on Friday.
Well,
so you and we were talking when it was all going down, if you remember, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, I was pulling it
and
up
I was
now
yeah.
while we're talking. I wanted to see what is Bitcoin and all that now. Did it jump back up pretty good?
It's still down a little bit. I mean, I haven't looked at it since we've been on, but it's something I follow. But yeah,
111 a coin. But man, it dropped, and it was like that day. It was like a straight line down, like something.
You remember
happened.
that, huh?
And
Yeah.
now that you say it, I do remember the only cause I saw people blaming it on was this terrorist stuff, you know. But
it's all bullshit.
to me,
Hey,
it was a great time to buy, dude, because you knew that shit was going back up.
Yep.
I mean,
buy,
you knew it.
buy. We're all going digital. You better accept it, love it, and then get with it. If not, you'll be left behind. So
buy the
Did you
dips,
see
people.
AMD shot up?
you'll be a pauper in the
AMD?
fucking world, dude.
What
If
did
Brad
AMD
would have
do?
bought AMD and Nvidia when I told him to,
You right, dude. Look, man. We'll talk off of air for that. When
Financial
I see you, we'll
advisors, man. Financial advisors. That's what we
Absolutely,
are.
dude.
I try.
So,
We're gonna do a
Make y'all
podcast on that,
rich.
dude. Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast on the whole financials and cryptos. It's a thing that's coming, so y'all better wake up, people. So
money, people.
That's
We will
what I'm
help
talking
you.
about,
We will
dude.
help you
Yeah.
earn it. Just pay attention to us.
Just
Let's
buy
get
my
off of here.
course.
We appreciate all y'all checking us out. Donate to St.
Peep.
Jude if you can. Help them kids.
Absolutely.
And y'all be
Yes.
good until next time. We will be back next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central Time. Y'all be good.
Straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Straight from the swamps. Straight from the swamps.